Encouraging, empowering, inspiring each other on this journey of faith. United in purpose, sisters in love we are. Women were leaders.
Welcome to the Monday Morning Podcast with Women World Leaders. I am Dr. Gia, your Monday morning podcaster. My message today is coming from the topic of El Rohi, the God that sees. The text today is coming from the book of Genesis, chapter 16, verses 5 through 10. Then Sarah said to Abram, "You are responsible for the wrong I am suffering. I put my slave in your arms, and now that she knows she is pregnant, she despises me. May the Lord judge between you and me." "Your slave is in your hands," Abram said. "Do with her whatever you think best." Then Sarah mistreated Hagar, so she fled from her. The angel of the Lord found Hagar near a spring in the desert. It was the spring that is beside the road to Shur. And he said, "Hagar, slave of Sarai, where have you come from and where are you going?" "I'm running away from my mistress, Sarah," she answered. Then the angel of the Lord told her, "Go back to your mistress and submit to her." The angel added, "I will increase your descendants so much that they will be too numerous to count." Haven't we all been Sarah and Hagar, feeling the need of desperation, frustration to the point of suffocation, holding out for something that we have desired and deemed so great? Haven't we all been our sisters, Sarah and Hagar, caught up in the entanglement of division and depletion, extinction over existence, displacement over destiny? Maybe you have not. But give it time and you will find yourself in the unknown and unfamiliar places that we can face when we go ahead of God's promises and plans. Sarah gave Hagar, a pagan, to Abraham to bear the promised heir. This was not God's plan, and it was not Hagar's. And we can so easily think that the inclusion of man-made plans is God seeing us. But I promise you that it is not. God is not the author of confusion, and when we go ahead of him out of our needs, pain, disappointments, delays, and delusions, what we gain is conflict. So I ask again, my sisters, have we all not walked in the shoes of Sarah and Hagar? Power over helplessness that disempowers, disables, and disengages. This is what Sarah did to Hagar. She used her power and authority over Hagar to fulfill her own needs. Sarah only saw her needs and Hagar as a means to an end. But what she failed to realize is that God saw it all. God is El Rohi, the God that sees. He is not just a knowing God, but a seeing God that no matter the displacements of life or the pit stops that we make along the way, all El Rohi sees is what he has planned for our lives amidst the plans of those around us. You pulled me in. I didn't ask for this position or this posture. You made me to be what I did not ask to become. You placed a burden upon me that was not mine to bear, and yet you are still barren, still destitute, and still looking for the next to fulfill your empty voids. God is the God that sees. Sarah is not interested in what God sees, only what he has promised, and this has caused her to truly miss seeing another sister. She is not interested in that the lens by which she has made a decision is beyond that of God's, and there has a consequence attached. What she has failed to realize is that her lack of seeing has now caused Hagar to be fully seen. It is here that may be hidden to others that, my sisters, I tell you that El Rohi sees us. In the most harsh of circumstances, desolate of places, isolated choices, and boxed in emotions, God sees us, and he is working things out in ways that we cannot even fully imagine or behold. God is not slack on his promises, and even when they tarry or seem delayed, even when the struggle seems far more than we want to endure to get to the prize, Al Roha is the God that sees. Life circumstances can seem so overwhelming at times. We can feel mistreated, misunderstood, and alone. But just like Hagar, we have a blessed assurance that we serve a God who sees. Just as God watched over Hagar, God is watching over you with loving kindness, compassion, a purpose, prophecy, and a promise. God is interested in the details of our lives so much that every place of escape he finds us. He is El Roha, the God that sees. Nothing takes God by surprise, and he is not taken back by our fears, mistrust, or misguidance. He's not taken back by who has rejected and turned their back on us. He's not impressed by those that have said no when it really should have been a yes. He is not dismayed by those who didn't choose when they should have made us the choice. And I tell you that El Rohi will continue to show up even in the hidden places, and he is coming with the same reminder that the angel of the Lord gave to Hagar. Return to your mistress and submit yourself under her hand. Then the angel of the Lord said to her, I will multiply your descendants exceedingly so that they shall not be counted for the multitude. The God that sees you is sending you back, my sister, because back holds your destiny. The God that sees is pulling you from the branches of barren and broken and sending you back to what appeared to be a loss, but is really the place of your gain. The God that sees is restoring the shattered places of your heart and restoring the shattered pieces of fear, unbelief, and doubt that you were thinking was going to take you out. But because he is the God that sees, your misery is now your multitude. I know you don't want to go back. I know that back seems to be so long. It seems to be so empty. It seems to be so shallow. But I want to tell you that back is the birthing place of your destiny. Back is the place where Al Roha first saw you and is continuing to see you as he first had imagined. So don't be afraid of where you are at this moment. Do not grow weary or become entangled in what others see, because it is the vision of God that matters. Al Roha, the God that sees. He sees your future. He sees the hope that he restored just so you could make it. He sees the sacrifice and will reward your faith. He sees the pain and is bringing forth something beautiful. He sees you. Abba sees his daughter, and she is beautiful in his sight. So go back, Hagar. Submit and be still. The Lord Al Rohi, he is the God that sees, and he sees you. Thanks for listening to Women World Leaders Podcast. Join us each week as we explore together God's extravagant love and your courageous purpose. Visit our website at www.womenworldleaders.com to submit a prayer request, register for an upcoming event, and support the ministry. From his heart to yours, we are Women World Leaders. All content is copyrighted by Women World Leaders and cannot be used without express written consent. God bless you, and may you remember that you are the chosen daughter, the beneficiary of the Lord thy God, El Rohi, the God that sees you. God bless you, my sisters.